Have you ever worked under a home, especially an older home, and come across galvanized pipe, which is kind of has a silver tint, sort of like this fitting here, and or you've actually dug up in the lawn and you've noticed a leak somewhere, but the entire pipe doesn't seem to be leaking, and then you try to assess how to put this together. Well, most people don't have a pipe threader on there, and some of the pipe is so old, if you even tried to thread it, and if it was in the ground, it would even be more cumbersome. So the question is, if one cuts this pipe with either a sawzall, with either a side grinder or hacksaw blade or whatnot, and then they decide, well, how am I going to put this back together if you put it back? It's not easy either way. Galvanized pipe, in my opinion, is a very good pipe. It was very difficult to work with, in my opinion. My hat goes off to the old plumbers, and if that would be you and you're an old plumber, retired plumber, I salute you, because some of the old cast iron, some of the galvanized, yes, it was good, but it was the modern day stuff seems to be a little bit more easy to work with. So that being said, if we cut the galvanized pipe, how are we going to put it back together? Simply, one cuts the galvanized pipe, and once one cuts the galvanized pipe, one needs to make sure that the edge where it's been cut is smoothed or filed down very smoothly with a file or with a blade on the side grinder, so that when they rub their finger across it, they wouldn't pull a piece of metal into their finger. And it's not the metal in the finger that causes the problem. So one could use a coupling like this to put galvanized pipe back together. You unscrew this, and then there's a rubber washer. So if you cut it back here, you would unscrew this, pull this nut back onto the galvanized pipe, and then there's a rubber piece in there, which kind of resembles like maybe the inside of a inner tube of a tire or something along those lines. But anyway, you pull that over. And when I said make sure that you don't have any, that it's deburred and doesn't have any sharp edges, the reason being, if you cut that piece of rubber or whatever that's under here, once you cut it, then you're going to have a very difficult time because it's going to leak. But if you smooth the edges out before you cut it here, so you actually put it here, then you put a piece here, and if you need another one of these on downstream, you do this. And then what one does is take the pipe wrenches, and when they take the pipe wrench, say they come this way and maybe this direction here. So in opposite directions, and squeeze it. So if you've got 1/2 inch galvanized pipe, you need to make sure that you've got 1/2 inch on both sides, in my opinion, or make sure that the correct fitting fits this. But this fitting is for galvanized pipe, how to piece it together, and it's very simple to use. Well, it's not simple, but it is simple if you have enough experience. But basically, just put this on, slide the nut back, slide the little rubber piece over towards the end, and then tighten this up, put your other piece of galvanized pipe in there, and then take a pipe wrench and go one way with one and one the other way, and tighten it up, and it should be tight. So if you need 2 of these, if you are scabbing 2 foot in, I would suggest probably going ahead and putting one in on one side, having your pipe in, and having the other one in on the other side. That way everything's good to go, and you don't have to try to bend the pipe, because galvanized is not very pliant. And this is the way you coupling a piece of galvanized pipe together. It's old pipe. You may not ever run into it, but if you're working in an older home, there's a high probability somewhere down the road you may. A lot of main water lines were done in galvanized. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.